welcome to the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. It's your man, Professor Curt Steele. In today's episode, we discuss the biggest strengths and weaknesses for the Lions at training camp. We're on our way to 3,000 subscribers and currently sit at 2892. That's another 20 from last time, man. Thank you guys for joining us, man. Shout out to our channel members. Y'all know who it is. If you don't know, here you go. It's T-Bone, Locke, Sean Bird, Lauren Vander Esch, Brent DeWitt, Mary Smith, and Mr. John Martin. Man, we appreciate you guys definitely being part of the family, man, being channel members. And, you know, you get some good perks over there being a channel member as well. It's another way to help us grow this show. You can check out the homepage of our YouTube channel or the description of this video on how to become a member. Now it's time to bring in our co-host for today's show. Of course, we got the hardest working man down there in Jackson, Michigan. He's coaching kids. He's coaching boxing. He's cutting fades. He's running fades, and he will sell you a policy here in the next couple of weeks. It's the Wolverine. Who?
Yeah, shout out to Colonial Life Insurance. Coach Mike Jones, what's going on, Lion fans?
And it's that lady's pet, that man's regret. You ain't seen nothing yet. The highest player from the Himalayas, Chocolate Thunder himself, LL Cool Jones. What's going on, my dude?
What's up, yo? Happy Monday morning.
If you are new to the channel and you don't know how our show works, we look at Detroit Lions news, headlines, or takes. If we agree, we say they are bossed up with that big blade dance. If we disagree, we say they are balled on, and we give our reasons why we agree or disagree. No hot takes here. It's just natural debate and our true thoughts and opinions about what's going on with our favorite team, the Detroit Lions. Man, has padded practices, you know what I'm saying, last week, and it's another one today, and I believe, I don't know if it is or not. I'm just talking. But guess what it is? It's game week, man. It is the first game week of the preseason for the Detroit Lions, man. We're actually going to see some football this week. Oh, man, over there on Peacock and NBC, man. Can't wait to get to that thing, man. But we're here to talk strengths and weaknesses before the preseason game kicks off on Thursday. And for the offense, LL going to step to the mic and tell you about the biggest strength and weaknesses about the Lions offense. So what you got, my guy?
Well, so far, strengths in the offense has been the passing game. It seems you've been in our reports we've been hearing just about the young wide receivers, and that's Isaac Tesla and Dominic Lovett. Both of those guys have been showing out, making plays on the practice, and with the offense and with special teams. I was watching, I forget exactly what, it might have been the Detroit Lions podcast where they were talking about Dave Phipp as a nickname. It's and I forget all four of them. There's four wide receivers on special teams, and they call them the Blue Man Group. So it seems like those are the guys that seem to be excelling so far early on in camp. Everybody has seen the plays from Isaac Tesla and in practice with a very nice catch. Things like that. And I'm certain Curt will talk about some of this and his weaknesses as well, because whoever number 17 is, that's who on defense, that is who is in most of those highlights. And most of the big plays is on number 17. So I don't know who that is at the moment, but we shall find out soon. But as far as weaknesses, I don't know if this is a weakness, but getting that interior of the offensive line sorted out. Of course, earlier or last week we had the big mullet at center and Graham Glasgow at right guard. When they came back, it was big mullet at right guard and Graham Glasgow at center. I had mentioned that thing. I kind of thought that's how it was going to shake out in the beginning. I'm certain that they are still figuring that out, but it's just a question mark, I guess, would be the weakness there. I don't really know how it's looking as far as depth goes. We haven't heard any bad things about it. But my question mark is more so about Giovanni Manu and Kobe Soerstall. Just how they've been doing, how they've been looking. They've tried Soerstall just about every place. Haven't heard too much from him or about him since then. As far as Giovanni Manu, they said that he's looking about how they thought he would, I guess. So maybe he was, further than we ever thought that he would be. But they said, I guess, as far as a guy that was as raw as he is, he's looking about how he should look. So, there's, I guess, some feedback on that. But strength, I would say, early on in this camp has been the young wide receivers making plays. So what do you guys think about that?
All right. So go ahead, Coach.
Oh dang! You done fooled me. It's fine, man. But you know what? I give you a boss up, and just because it's good to see the young guys out there, they kind of been taking the headlines a little bit. Um, Dominic Lovett has actually been kind of flying under the radar a little bit, man. He's been doing a lot of things out there on the field, man. It's good to see the young guys being acclimated to the offense. I know Myron St. Brown. So yesterday he's doing everything he can to help. Because he was a fourth round draft pick, so he feels obligated to kind of help those guys along, man. But I think we got a lot of talent in that rookie receiver pool, man. I think they both will find their way on to the final 53-man roster. And yeah, man, I'm excited to see our new class, how they fit into the team and the roles that they take, man. But I'm liking it so far, man. The offensive line is still a question mark for me, just not from the starter standpoint, but just the depth. Like who are we gonna have? Who are gonna be their backups? And now we're gonna roll with 8 or 9 O linemen. I think we should roll with 9. Just me personally, but is Manu gonna be that backup left tackle, or is it gonna be Skipper? Or is it, is Skipper gonna play right tackle or left tackle? Is Manu gonna play right tackle or left tackle? That's still to be seen. And then 2, who is the backup guards? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's gonna win that? I know it was Coyote for a while, but I ain't heard nada from him. All through spring training and through the training camp now and OTAs. Like I forgot who he was if I wasn't a avid Lions fan. So I need to see that unfold. And yeah, man, everything else is good. But like I said, I give you a boss up, and hopefully we hear something from Coyote soon.
All right, so I can go ahead and quash some of your thoughts, Coach Jones. No news is good news when it comes to backup offensive lineman. So he ain't heard his damn name. He ain't messing up. So I think Yodi's going to be that backup guard, and I think Skipper is going. I just don't see Manu step. I know he's improved, but I don't think he's stepped up enough to be the swing tackle. I just think that Dan Skipper, because really, if he was going to be the swing tackle, he'd be in there right now and not Skip while Decker is out. That's just me. That's what I feel. But I'll give you a boss up LL for real because of the fact that we all kind of share that same kind of sentiment as far as some stuff. My main concern about the offense is the interior offensive line, man. We got to know who's going to be the starter. Is it going to be Ratliff? Is it going to be Graham at center? And I believe that it's going to be Graham Glasgow at center just because he has the more experience. We talked about it on the last show on Saturday and how you don't want Ratledge, being overwhelmed as a rookie in a position he's never played live snap in a game, only been backup center in practices out at Georgia and then with the Lions. So, but I believe that Ratledge will get some practice, some snaps at center during Thursday's Hall of Fame game. Just because of the fact that gives you that. I don't see any of the veterans playing on Thursday, but those young guys, Dan Campbell already said it. You get the young guys out there. You're going to see them guys out there doing that. So, and then one positive note, because when we talked about it, like our defensive line has been doing a great job against the run during camp. So that means they're picking up where they left off last year because we had one of the best run defenses in the league last year. Look at what we did to what's the guy out there in Joe Mixon out there in Houston. Man, that dude was frustrated. He was going back to the sideline, throwing his helmet and throwing the ball around because he just couldn't get his traction because Joe Mixon was having a great season until he played the Detroit Lions. So, but I'm just really want them to settle on that first team O-line. And I think that the backups for the offensive line will be the two guys will be, or at least the two guys that I think leading ahead in the clubhouse with the veterans with Yodi and definitely Dan Skipper. I say, like, if Manu was going to be the swing tackle, he would be in there right now for Taylor Decker while Taylor Decker's out, and it's not. It's Dan Skipper. So that's what I got on that, man. Hey, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video, man. All these things help us get this content to more Detroit Lions fans just like yourself. Hey, that Boss Up Ball Out merch shop is now available. Check the link in the description of this video or on the channel homepage, man. Put that code in, Boss Up Ball Out 10 at checkout, man. And when you spend $45, you get 10% off an item. Channel members, here's one of those perks. They get 15% off the total order. Check the community tab, channel members, for the code or link for that discount coupon, man. Now it's time to talk about some of that stuff that's going on the defensive side of the ball, because you can't talk about one without talking about the other. So for real, yeah. So reading the reports out of the Meyer Performance Center at Allen Park, here are some of the strengths that I'm seeing for the Lions defense so far in camp. Dominant defensive line, and that's going to be key if they can stay healthy, man. They say Aiden Hutchinson, Marcus Davenport, and DJ Reader are proving that they are a force up front, along with rookie Tyleek Williams, who's flashed at times, man. I know Dan Campbell, they had to get on the other day about effort, but he hasn't been slumping since then. He missed practice the other day for a personal reason, but he was back in there doing his thing. And they have some depth for that interior D-line. I know we're missing some pieces, but, you got Roy Lopez came back to practice the other day. And then, of course, you have Williams and Adams and O'Connor. So even though we got some guys out, we got some decent depth in the interior of the offensive line. Another strength, man, the Lions linebacker corps. Remember a few years ago, man, we was like, who in the hell are our linebackers? Who they going to be? Well, guess what? Our linebacker corps is stacked, man. Even with the absence of Rodrigo, man, you got 3 starters are all accounted for. Now that Alexander Lewis came back, man. He came back this weekend. You got Zach Cunningham. He was balling. They said he was making some plays while Double A was out. The lineup with a hamstring injury or whatever it is, man. And then with that being said, then you get the second unit, man. You got Cunningham, Nowatzki, and Stroud, excuse me. All these guys have been starters in the league, right? We know Nowatzki started last year for us. Cunningham's been a stellar player at linebacker as well. And we know heard what Stewart can do. I know he's mostly a special teamer, but he played some great snaps last year and when he was a starter. So you look at that, man, and then you still got depth because you got Turner and Pittman, who both played on the Lions last year. So that linebacker core is definitely a strength, man, and they're going to be doing their thing, man. Of course, being led with the starters by Captain Jack, man. They say he is really improved this offseason, man. That dude, like, he about to sneeze every time I see him. But anyway. And now the last strength I saw is the Detroit Lions starting secondary. It has a chance to be one of the best in the league. You got the new addition of DJ Reader coming off one of his best seasons and was rated one of the best free agent cornerbacks this offseason. I think he was in some places he was rated higher than the guy that left. He was in some places he was rated higher than Carlton Davis. Now, Terry Arnold, man, we talked about this the other day. I wrote an article over there, so go check it out. You can find it in the community tab as well. Terry Arnold has become a more vocal leader. He's definitely improved his play. Kelvin Shepard said in his presser the other day that he is a completely different player than he was last year. So I'm looking for big things, man. That one-handed interception he had on that ball meant for St. Brown was ridiculous. Amik Robinson, man, what can we say about the little dude, man? Scrappy dude be killing it out there, man. He made his presence felt last year, especially that big performance against Justin Jefferson. He's a dog, man, and he considered one of the top performing DBs. You can line him out in the slot. You can line him out wide. So I'm loving what I'm seeing from Amik Robinson, man. And last but certainly not least, you got the best safety duo in the league. coming off an all-pro season for my man Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch, who was the only Lions player on defense to make the Pro Bowl last year. So those are our strengths on definitely the defense, man. That defensive line, especially that depth at D tackle, and our starters at defensive end, our linebacker core. I don't see any holes in that thing right now. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they play up to what Calvin Shepard wants them to be. And of course, our secondary, man. Our starting secondary is bananas, man. We got a chance to be coming out of last year. I would have been scared a couple of years ago for the guys we're going to face this year. Look, think about the guys that we're facing some elite receivers this year, but with the way that we have our secondary, I'm not afraid of. I was starting to say I ain't afraid of nobody right now in the league. All right, so weaknesses, man. Depth at defensive end. After Hutch and Davenport, the only notable veteran at edge with some kind of experience is Aquadine Muhammad. That's it. I mean, like you look at it, man. You don't have Levi. He's out for the season. Pascal's a more rotational guy. He can play edge, but he's more suited to play in the interior, along with my man Makai Wingo. And the Lions were rumored to have some conversations with Matthew Judon and, of course, Darius Smith this offseason about joining the Lions. The Lions suffered all those injuries, man, last year. And with Levi being out and Pascal and Wingo, like I said, still on the man, I think the Lions need to add some depth, some veteran depth at their pass rush. I know we got Mr. Newport, man, Keith Cooper. They say he's been doing some good things over there in practice as well. But, you know, I want some veterans in that pass rush, man. Another weakness for me is the second and third unit cornerbacks. Have been getting cooked by the rookie wide receivers, man. DiCaprio Bottle is number 17, and he been getting wore out.
That's his name?
DiCaprio Bottle is his name. I think you're talking about.
Sounds like he won't be here very long.
Because every time you see one of the rookies making a play, it's number 17 getting wore out, man. The guy jersey I'm wearing, well, this is the number he's wearing. This is number 26. This is the Gibbs jersey, but what's the young fella, man? Maurice Norris, man, who got kicked out of practice the other day, man. I've been seeing him getting cooked a couple of times too. But I understand that the third and second guys won't be together on the field, you know, and but yeah, they got to get that thing together, man. And I know we talked about the rookie wide receivers, man. But I just can't put it on the wide receivers, man. Those two backup quarterbacks, Kyle Allen and Henry Hooker, have been carving them dudes up. So it's not just the wide receivers are just beating them. The backup quarterbacks are putting them in position to be successful in practice, man, with some of those throws, man. And you know, I know we got some former starters, because that's what's kind of surprising that we're seeing some of this stuff out of the backups guys in coverage, man, because you got former starters in that backup secondary, and I don't understand why we're seeing what we're seeing out of the backups in the secondary. So strength and the weaknesses I got, man, is that depth at defensive end, and of course the backups in the secondary, man. They got to tighten that up, man, because if you know, lower below, you know, we lose one of our starters to injury or something like that, and that just playing devil's advocate, man. You see what happened to our second, you know, at the end of the year, especially going into the playoffs. You see what happened to our starting secondary last year. So we got to have some decent backups, man, out there making some plays in our secondary. So what do you guys think? Strength and weaknesses of the Lions defense. I'm gonna go to Coach first, man, to see what you're talking about.
Okay. I just want to say for the record, Curt Sittman got to go last now because he be stealing my thunder, and I don't like that. So Curt got to go last from now on in our shows when we're doing our topics. No, but you know what? I get the boss up because all I've been hearing is positive things from that D line, and that's what we want to hear, man. The D line has been nasty. Davenport been strong arming dudes. That's all I see with Davenport, man, is that one hand just in your throat pushing you back. The depth there does concern me because after that, who do we have besides Al Quadin and Ahmed Hassanin? That's it. I really don't. Then we got rotational guys who we got tweeners. We got a whole bunch of tweeners, but we really don't have no depth there. But you know what? What is a good thing though, and I think it will actually help our linebackers take a step forward. Is Kelvin Shepard being the D coordinator? And when you have a strong linebacking core, you usually have a good defense. You usually have a good, strong defense, and and it's easier to be a linebacker coach and be a D coordinator than it is to be a secondary coach or a D line coach. And the reason why I say that is because the linebackers are with both secondary and the D line. Like when you do 7-on-7, linebackers are there with the DBs doing those drills. When you do your run fit, linebackers are there with your D line, stopping the run. So the linebackers are there in each scenario. So as a linebacker coach, you get to see the secondary and the D line. Because a lot of times when you are a position coach, you really don't know all in the depth of what's going on in each level of the defense. Like you get a good idea, but you don't know the particular calls all the time, and you don't, they might ask a question like, "Hey, is he supposed to be line up here?" Oh, okay, yeah, and then that's just natural, and so, and all in all, though, I'm glad the defense is standing out. They reckon shop, and man, that just makes me happy, man. That especially just to see Hutch, man, Mr. Wolverine, man. He just, the spotlight is on him, and he's shining. He's not showing no his giddy up, and none of that. So I'm good, man. And the DBs, I think we might have one of the best DB groups in the league because we got depth. Like somebody gonna get cut, and we're gonna be like, ooh, dang, really? Yeah. When you look at the DBs, yeah, somebody gonna get cut because I think we're gonna keep 5 safeties and 5 corners. I don't think we're gonna keep 6 corners. I think we're gonna keep 5 and 5. So with that being said, defense.
Yeah. Well, yeah, man. It's just one of those things, man. And think about this, man. Think about a couple of years ago, man. Think about it at the end of at a Quinn Trisha era, man. When we were looking at that cornerback to our secondary and our linebacker core was like the weak spots of our defense. Like, yeah, definitely, man. And Hutch, man, Timothy J. Hutch, Nathaniel Hutchinson. These are all them things, man. All right, what you got? What you got, LL?
Who is, you said 5 safeties? Who is we gonna add a couple between now and then? Because who are those safeties? But
I think you got a couple of guys that play both. So like Maddox is a safety, but he's considered a cornerback too. So
I know, and I was gonna mention him as well. I just want to pick because I don't know who the 5 would be. Well, I don't know that we have 5 safeties on the roster, but that is the name that you just said. That's one of the ones that I kind of want to mention, and that's Avonte Maddox. Whenever the last practice was, I heard that no Kirby Joseph, so they had Avonte Maddox out there with Brian Branch, and he looked really good. I've heard Avonte Maddox's name a couple of times in his short span, so that's really good on him. But that's good for the strengths, for the weaknesses. That defensive line, just getting that sorted out, I guess would be my question. But we got some guys that's gonna come back. I like the depth. Actually, I know you said at the depth at edge in particular, but remember we got some guys that were actually forced to start. They will get this rotational time, and I think that's just gonna help the starters anyway. Like Uku and whoever it was Uku, who's number 50. I think Uku was 45. Whoever number 50.
I'll tell you.
Those two gentlemen, just as far as in the rotational part of it, and a name you mentioned them, but I've been hearing that he's been working with the twos as of late, and that's Ahmed Hassanin. My guy's working his way up, and all you hear is just positive things about him. Curt mentioned
That's,
it. He go ahead.
Mitchell Agude is number 50.
Yeah, these are solid depth pieces, but you don't necessarily want those guys starting, but just some guys that come in and play, come in and additionally add to the pass rush. But no, yeah, I forgot. I was saying it right.
Hassani.
Yeah, him. What they call him, Scorpion King, whatever his nickname is gonna be. But
yeah,
I've been hearing a lot of positive things about him. Like I said, he's just everything that you hear is just everything that we already kind of heard. Just a wrecking ball. He's a lot of power, a lot of force, and he's been working with the twos, like I said, as of recently. So that's excellent in my opinion, because next time you're working with the twos, you got a day off, or you're working with the twos and you got a day off, you might come back and get some time with them ones, man. But yeah, I don't know how much time you're gonna take away from old long arm over there, or the long arm of the law. It's talking about Marcus Davenport. It's just good. It's just good to hear. It's just good to hear. We had some questions about some depth. We didn't take an edge in the draft, and we got this guy, and now we're hearing about him. So that's just good to see.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Start calling his ass the Undertaker because he be chokeslamming people. Hey man, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. All these things help us get this content to more Detroit Lions fans just like yourself. And if you don't know, now you know. The Boss of Baller podcast, is sponsored by Dubby Energy Drink, packed with brain boosting amino acids, vitamins, and no sugar. Of course, if you got the type 2 like your brand Curt, that's important. Man, it gets you pumped up for tackling your daily tasks. Try the new s'mores flavor. They got a new Japanese flavor over there as well. Cost you about $1 per drink. It's a great alternative to coffee or canned beverages, man, with no crashes or jitters. Check out the video description for the link to buy Dubby and use that code BossUpBallOutPod for 10% off your order. Power your day with Dubby. All right, man. Last topic of the day. Let's switch this doggone banner, man. And of course, we got my man. You know what I'm saying? Let me go ahead and get him to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage, man. You got the hardest working man in Jackson, Michigan, man. And of course, man, it's the Wolver Lion coach, Mike Jones. What you got on the injury updates and other Lions news and rumors?
So it was a positive day for Detroit on the injury side of the field, because we've seen a lot of players return to the field on day 6, which was Saturday. And first up, thank the Lord. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Linebacker Alex Anzalone returned to the field. Now, he did drills, but he didn't do any team reps. But it's just good to see my man back out there, man. With the hamstring, and he did side note something. One of the reporters asked, "What does this mean about his new? Did it speak positively towards his new contract?" And he said no. So and that's how he said it. Nope. And but it's good, man, to see him back out there, man, because our defense is just not the same without Anzalone, man. I don't care what nobody say. But also returning to practice was Roy Lopez. He was back on the field after missing some time with that foot issue. It's good to see him back out there with that D-line depth. And also Tyleik Williams. And he was back out there with the starters and making his presence felt. He also has said that after practice, he told the reporter he had a family issue. So so hopefully everything is good with your loved ones. So then we also this day was just good, man, because so many people came back. So Ennis Rakestraw was back in the lineup after suffering that chest injury on the opening day. He played outside corner with the second team defense. So, he let you know right there, he's already climbing the depth chart because he's already slotted in with the second team. So that's good, man. Also, there was a return of defensive end Al Quadin Muhammad, which made his debut at camp, and he was working I think he's working with the third and the fourth team unit on drills. So they kind of bringing him along slowly because he making his camp debut, man. So they really don't want to push somebody to the max like the first day back. So when you get the players who were missing practice, Ian Kelly, but he was also seen running on the sideline with the trainer, so that's good. Cornerback Stanley Oliver left early with the hamstring injury that happened, I guess, when he was trying to make a spectacular one-handed catch over receiver. He was trying to defend Jackson Meeks, who made a one-handed catch over him. I don't know if that.
So he got her getting cooked.
Yeah, so I don't know if that had anything to do with it. No, I'm just playing, man. Like you know how you used to be, man. When somebody, when you was a kid, somebody could play, you're like, my leg. I need somebody to come in for me, and all of a sudden you walking straight on the sideline.
That's that loser, man.
Yeah, no, but I'm just playing with you, Stanley Oliver Thomas. Man, we got some old ass names on this team, man.
His name is Stanley. It ain't Stanley. It's Stanley.
Stanley Thomas Oliver. Like what's up with these old ass names? Yeah, but you know what? It's another thing that I kind of want to touch on. Now we're getting outside of the injuries. Is I want to talk about the red zone a little bit. And you know what? Hendon Hooker got to start getting more props, man. People just sleeping on Hendon Hooker, man. And yeah, because Hendon Hooker is actually the second team quarterback as of right now. He played with the second team on Saturday. And Hendon Hooker was threading them. And let me see here, pull up in my notes. It said Hendon Hooker hit Tom Kennedy for a toe tapper right there on the in the end zone, man. Also, you see the play with Isaac T-Slaw, and the famous play, man, where he is catching the ball over right here in the shoulder. Who threw him that ball? Who placed that ball? Like, I'm talking about, it was perfectly just like the defender's hands was right here and the ball was right here. And I'm telling you, man, it was that was Hendon Hooker. I'm just letting y'all know. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, because people like, talking like, oh man, Hooker. No, he's on the second team and he was threading it. Also, Hooker did something else too, man. I can't remember, but he also.
I think he had a nice play with his legs. I think he ran for a first down doing team drills.
Yeah, but the quote from Jeff Rizzo on Lions Wire is, overall, Hooker looked quite impressive. That's from Jeff Rizzo. So, that's what it is. He bumped Kyle Allen down to the third string quarterback. They also said he had impressive moments, but all in all, man, I just got to give Hendon Hooker some love, man, because he gets left out. A lot of people, over the weekend was like, "Oh, you see this catch? Oh, you see this catch? Who was throwing them the ball, man?" You know what I'm saying? Like, who was throwing them the rock? They wasn't tossing it up and then running under it themselves like you do when you was a kid. It was Hendon Hooker. So, with that being said, what are you guys' feelings on the health, the return of some players, man, key players, man, and that boy Hendon Hooker, man? It's not all about Isaac T-Slaw and about Tom Kennedy and all, man. It's about Hendon Hooker.
Okay, what you got, LL?
I give you a big boss up on that. One thing I want to mention, because that's one of the guys who's in that blue man group, Meeks. Is it Jackson Meeks or whatever it is? He's another one of the young wide receivers that they gave a group name to. So shout out to him. But, I just love hearing about Hendon Hooker, because some people out there from y'all's favorite other network, Wilbur Sports, we're talking about Hendon Hooker. How some people talk about Broderick Martin. Just like, what is it with him? Like, where did he go get the play? And maybe some of them had some valid questions with Teddy Bridgewater coming back and all that kind of stuff last year and being able to play in the playoff game over Hendon Hooker. If you want to make a big deal out of that, I didn't really care, because I didn't really want to see it back up anyway. But I guess that was a valid question if you want to look at it that way. But I'm glad to hear this as well, because even then, like in the early camp, that's one of the first things I heard was, oh, he's working with the third team. It was almost like a big blast. Hendon Hooker working with the third team. And I haven't heard I've heard it on reported since, but I haven't heard it blasted like I did when he was with the third team. Ever since the first day, he's been working with the second team. So I haven't heard it, like I said, just blasted like that. So it's good to hear that. I'm glad to see my dog. What we gonna call him? Double Shot. Which side of that hen? You gonna see I'm glad to hear my boy Double Shot out there doing his thing. Anywhere number 2. So that's a couple of them entendres again, Coach Mike.
Not the entendre.
You'll be a battle rapper soon enough, LL.
Anyway, y'all crazy, man. For me, of course, man, it's always promising the Lions getting healthier as camp goes on. Because usually it's the opposite. As camp goes on, people are starting to get hurt. But Lions got 6 players back on Saturday, man. That's just huge, man, with that first game coming up for the preseason on Thursday. The only thing, Ian Kinley, I don't like him missing time, man, because of the fact that I've heard his name all camp. That dude's been balling. And actually when Kirby set out a couple of set out team drills, it was Kinley who was taking first team reps early last week. So I hope he gets to play in that preseason game, because it's a chance to put some of those reps on tape in live action. Kirby sat out Saturday, excuse me. I think he earned a vet day. His absence was undisclosed. I believe he was having some kind of camp somewhere. I don't even think it was football related, but I just think he earned a vet day. What's going on? I know he's doing some kind of super athletics or some kind of fitness stuff. So maybe just earn a day off, man. I mean, do you really need Kirby Joseph right now at camp? I mean, just to kind of mix in, but Kirby Joseph is Kirby Joseph, so that just is what it is. And one more update: Stanley Thomas Oliver was released yesterday by the Lions. So he got hurt and got shown the door. So maybe he was just getting burnt too many times, man. I think DiCaprio Bottle may be the next man on the list, because every time you see that dude on camera, he get his by torch, man. What we call the old school cornerbacks that just kept getting burnt? Called them toast. Toast. Because they keep getting burnt. All right. But hey, man, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video, man. All these things help us get this content to more Detroit Lions fans just like yourself, man. And of course, shout out to my guys over at LNU, all our guys over there. You'll see some more content from me over there, and salute to the roster over at LNU as well, and to Herman Moore, great dude over there, man. Herman Moore has been doing some philanthropy work, man. Just go check out for all the updates with him over there on LNU, man. That's my guy over there, man. We appreciate them cats, man. And if you haven't done so already, man, you got to make sure you do what? Follow the crew on your favorite social media platforms. Coach Jones does a great job, man. I know we're going to have some content coming up on that Beyond the Ropes Boxing podcast, man, playlist, because the GWOAT, man, she had that girl on her bike, man. She had her running shoes on for the first half of that fight, man. That girl was just running. She was trying to stay on the outside. No, she had 6 connected, I think, punches through the first 5 rounds of the fight. That was it. Like, I was like, what are you doing? Like, where are you going? Come back. Of course, man, I post content from this channel on all of my social media platforms, man. And LL, man, he does a great job, man, posting some content over there on his channel, man. Of course, man, we are only a few days away from Thursday. I know it's got to be a special preseason edition of Thursdays coming up on his Instagram channel, man. So definitely going to check that out, man. Of course. LL shake his head. But of course, it's time for parting shots on this Monday, man. What you got, LL, for the people on this feel good Monday, man? We feeling good this Monday. What you got?
Yeah, happy Monday to everybody. I've seen it posted and all of that. Last weekend and last Thursday was the last weekend and Thursday without football until February. So here it goes, man. And just whatever we see on, even though we know we probably won't see a lot of starters or anything like that, just don't forget. Thursday is just preseason. It's just preseason. Have a great Monday.
Real, bro. All right, what you got, Coach Jones?
Yeah, man. I would just like to say, Carissa Shields, she needs Layla Ali. I'm just gonna say, everybody, Layla's older and stuff like that, but Layla Ali is the only person that's gonna sit there and punch and not be on that bicycle not be scared, like that huge girl,
Danielle
humongous girl
Perkins.
she fought.
Danielle Perkins.
Yeah, like she was scared to punch a little bit, and the other girl on Saturday she was running like Layla Ali is the only person who got something to prove and who will punch Clarissa Shields in the face like she needs to be punched. And that's what everybody wants to see. That's what the thing was about my man, the lightweight, Shakur Stevenson, right? We want to see when is he gonna get punched in the face. And he got punched and he came back, and that's what we want to see. So that's what we want to see from Clarissa Shields. And Layla Ali is the only woman that's woman enough to stand there and punch her in the face and take them shots, and and it is what it is, man. But another note on the boxing tip, man. Shout out to Right Way Boxing last night, man. We was in the hood, man. We was deep in the hood, man, and we had a little exhibition, just a little show. It was a little block party, and we had a spot on the basketball court. We came and laid the mats out, man, and just to show people, we got fighters here in Jackson, man. So we had the kids, spar a little bit, man, and I think we caught the eye of a few, man. There was a few, few little brothers from the hood, man, who was like, oh, okay, yeah, oh, y'all taking shots, oh, y'all giving, yeah, and you get a lot of respect in the hood, man, when from boxing, man, football players and boxing, man, and so it was good to show people what we're doing around here, man. So shouts out to Right Way Boxing, shouts out to Jackson Northwest Mounties, man, and shouts out to Clarissa Shields and Layla Ali. She got 15 million, man.
Layla Ali, 60 years old.
Man, she's 47. She'll take them punches on her way down to the canvas.
Hey, Manny Pacquiao 46 and
ain't you tired of seeing him?
No.
I think the difference between you get Pacquiao and you get Layla Ali, she's been out of the ring for almost 20 years or some shit like that. Something like that.
17.
Yeah.
Don't quite go to 20 yet. We're 17.
Man, 17 is a hop, skip, and a jump from 20. Anyways, man, thank you guys for joining us right here on this Monday for your Boss Up Ball Out podcast. Thank you for starting your week with us. Again, man, during training camp, the days that camp is on, the show will air at 8:15, not 8 o'clock. Just because we don't want to, be battling the Alliance presser 4 times. So after the presser, come on over and watch the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, man. Check us out. If you can't catch the premiere, make sure you double back for the replay, man. And we appreciate all you guys. We'll do this show for you right here on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. Let's go ahead and get you out of here, man. If you're having a good day on this Monday, make sure you spread that joy. If you're not having a good day, please don't steal no one else's joy, man. And whatever you're doing in life, you know what you got to do for your man, Curt. You got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL Cool Torrance and Coach Mike Jones, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon.